I'm going to demonstrate 2 exercises on the cable row. This is using both arms simultaneously. Ideally, you want to stay as upright as possible. You're not leaning back to do the work. You're using the muscles between or across your back and squeezing toward your spine in order to do the work. Slightly bent knees, heels are down. You're leveraging with that lower body. In the second option, you're going to use one arm. And this is good for encouraging more core work, more spinal rotation, great for activities, as most do encourage rotation, as in swimming, running, walking, golfing. So you do one arm at a time, but the other arm actually moves opposite. So it's still in movement or in motion. It's not still. This is a single arm, what we call a unilateral work for the chest press. So one arm is doing the movement in the same exact pattern it would be if you were using 2 arms. So that palm and weight need to come in slightly over your sternum in order to protect the shoulder. Weights on the heels, glutes are up. So from your knees, your hips, your shoulders to your head, you should have a straight line. Be sure you're resting your head on the ball, protecting your neck. You're not elevating your head. And the softer that ball is, the more support and stability you'll have. On a leg press machine, you undo the handles holding the weight, and then bring the weight back so you have full range of motion, keeping your weight on your heels. A little power on the extension. You could also add a pause right here as you're in total flexion. You want to notice that my back is in neutral position. There's a small space behind the small of my back. Don't allow the weight to jam your back to the back of the bench. You need to control and engage the core. In this position, you're able to see weight is on my feet on the heels, but they're about hip width or slightly wider apart. And I'm pressing with a little power away. Head and neck are resting on the bench, so I'm not straining. And keeping your shoulders broad and open. No tension where you don't need it. For the lat pull down, your grip, first of all, should be just barely wider than shoulder width apart. Don't go as wide as the bar, so just be cautious about your grip there. Palms are forward. They can also be facing you, but in this example where we're focusing on the lats, you want your palms forward. Notice that I'm slightly leaning back. That encourages core activation, and it also encourages the form you want, which is pulling to the front, never to the back of your head, bringing it right down to your collarbone, to your chest. You don't want to get in a position where you're pushing down. Using the machine leg extension, I do limited range of motion for each leg. It's about strengthening the vastus medialis, which is your inner thigh side of your thigh muscle, and it supports the knee. You need just 20 to 30 degrees of extension to support the knee and avoid shear forces on the knee joint itself. So you're going to use a much lighter weight and just do limited range, especially if you're already doing squats. You've got the bigger bases covered. This is a lying hamstring curl on a machine. Notice how the machine is curved so that it fits your hip and the crease at your pelvis needs to be lined up. So does the knee, and the bar needs to rest on the back of your ankles and the lower part of your calf. And those pieces are important so that your lever is matched with the machine, or in other words, the machine actually matches your body. To try to fit your body to a machine. If it's not comfortable, refit it, try it again. Careful not to arch your back. If there's back strain, stop. In this demonstration of both a bicep curl here with a short lever and a long lever, several things going on. This shows my head, my shoulders, and the elbow on a wall. So I'm isolating the biceps with hips pulled away to protect the lower back. Notice the feet are about 1.5 feet away. Now in a standing position, there's a very slight ease to the knees. So my core is engaged with this long lever. This is bicep work from the shoulder, and it's often forgotten and a must if you really want muscle tone in the upper body and to tackle those upper arms for sleeveless or to reduce the appearance of cellulite. In this Triceps Series, using a cable, you're going to do first a straight arm press down. So you're working the tricep as it crosses your shoulder, standing with your weight on your heels, shoulders back, open through the chest, and you come down with a little power directly to the tops of your thighs. Ideally, a straight bar works a little bit better, protects your wrists. You can keep them straight. Then you step in a little closer. You're going to bring the elbows down to your sides, tuck them in and hug closely to your side, and then do a 90-degree press down. You bring the bar back to just 90 degrees or above it, and then again pressing down. And right here you can leave the weight the same because you are layering one exercise on the other, or you can increase it slightly. But on this last one, now you're putting those two together. So the repetition is straight arm and short lever, and then return. Straight and down and return. So it's all the way down, flex and extend down, and then return. And you would do 8 to 10 of all those repetitions in consecutive order.